All right, if your theory about the one-way speed of light is correct, we wouldn't be able to see any planets farther than 6,000 light years away, as their light would be reflected. Is this consistent with what can be observed through a telescope?
Yeah,
first explain the question.
That's a great question. That's a great question. So because planets shine by reflected light, the light needs to go from the sun and hit the planet and then come back, you see. And the speed of light can only be instant in one direction, just once. And so that can explain why we see distant stars, because the light only has to go from there to here. But for planets, the light has to go out from the sun, hit the planet, and then come back. And so, yes, it is true that planets in our solar system that shine by reflected sunlight, you would not be able to see them if they were more than, that's actually 3,000, if they're more than 3,000 light years out, because remember, light travels out at half C. And so, even though the return trip would be instant. But of course, our solar system isn't that big. The Neptune, let's see, Neptune's what, about 4 hours away, 4 light hours away. So for light to get from the sun, even regardless of what you believe about one-way speed of light, for light to get out to Neptune and then come back and hit the Earth takes 8 hours. So all the planets in our solar system would have been visible by the end of day 4. All of them would have been visible. It is true, though, that if you had planets out at tremendous distances, you wouldn't be able to see them by sunlight. Now, there are planets in other solar systems that we can see that are far out, but they're shining by the reflected light of their star, and that doesn't take very long to get there. It takes a few hours. So it's a very ingenious question.